In the stillness of dawn, as the first light crept over the jagged peaks, an unsettling silence enveloped the mountains. Shadows danced ominously among the trees, whispering secrets of the night that had just passed. The air was thick with anticipation, as if the very earth held its breath, waiting for something to shatter the tranquility. Every rustle of leaves, every distant call of a bird, felt like a harbinger of the unknown. Hint: welcome back to Secrets and Lies, where the shadows whisper and the truth lurks just beyond the veil. The most tantalizing tales lie in wait, ready to ensnare your senses. With bated breath, the moment has arrived. Ensure you subscribe, for the whispers of intrigue await you, keeping you perpetually teetering on the brink of. Prepare yourself for an unforgettable journey, as I unveil the latest tales that will grip your very soul. My name echoes through the shadows, calling you to listen. At the age of 25, I find myself plunged into a world of uncertainty and intrigue. In the shadowy realm of code, a treacherous journey unfolds, where every line holds the potential for both creation and destruction. The stakes are high, and the path is fraught with uncertainty, as one navigates the intricate web of logic and chaos. An intricate labyrinth of a small tech, where shadows dance and secrets lurk in every corner, waiting to ensnare the unwary. Company hidden in the shadows just beyond the cities. The electrifying edge that crackled between us from the very first moment we crossed paths. In the hallowed halls of college, Aiden and I forged a bond that would forever alter the course of our lives. Has withstood the relentless march of time. As the days unfolded, an unbreakable bond began to weave itself between them, each moment intensifying the connection, drawing them closer into a world where trust and loyalty reigned supreme. As the clock ticks away, the shadows of the passing year gather, and today's tale begins to unravel, shrouded in mystery and anticipation. The harrowing twists of a day no one could have anticipated unfolded with chilling intensity, that forever changed the trajectory of. For years, my existence intertwined with that of his family, a tapestry woven with threads of fate and uncertainty. Aiden and I have forged a connection, yet the heart has forever been shrouded in mystery. Bound by an unbreakable connection to his mother, enveloped in the haunting embrace of her warmth and energy pulsate with an intensity that captivates you in departing, leaving you completely entranced. With every step I take through that threshold, a shiver runs down my spine, as if the air itself is charged with unspoken secrets and lingering shadows. Conversations would ensnare me, pulling me into their depths with an irresistible force, enthralling me beyond the depths of my conversations. With Aiden, always lingering in the shadows, could her laughter echo through the shadows, weaving a tapestry of sound that both enchants and haunts the very air around her? The atmosphere crackled with an electric tension, as if the very air itself was hanging on my every word, eagerly reacting to my jokes. And in that fleeting moment, her beauty radiated with an intensity that could ignite the very air around her. Her presence loomed like a beacon in the darkness, drawing all eyes, igniting a fire of intrigue and anticipation that crackled in the air. An irresistible allure, a force that drew you in with an intensity that was impossible to resist. Me in and then snared my focus in a relentless grip on that rare day of freedom, an electrifying surge coursed through me, igniting a fire of possibilities long suppressed. A thrill coursed through me as I meticulously crafted a plan for a surprise visit, each detail igniting a fire of anticipation within my soul. To Aiden, I dismissed it, allowing it to fade into the shadows of my mind. Into the depths of my mind's shadows, I seized. With a surge of adrenaline, I grabbed my keys and raced away, the weight of my choice hanging heavily in the air. Unannounced, it surged through me, igniting a fire of adrenaline that coursed wildly in my veins. Imagined a thrilling twist of fate. Reunion. As I stepped onto the porch, a chill ran down my spine, the air thick with anticipation and unspoken words. Shadows danced in the fading light, and I could feel the weight of the moment pressing down on me, each heartbeat echoing the secrets that lay just beneath the surface. The air hung heavy with anticipation as I stumbled upon the house lay in an eerie silence, a haunting stillness that echoed through the empty halls. Aiden was nowhere to be found, his absence a chilling mystery that hung in the air like a dark cloud, leaving an unsettling feeling that something was terribly amiss. Discovered, yet as Serena flung the door wide, a chilling silence enveloped the room. Her eyes widened in disbelief, a storm of emotions swirling within them as they locked onto mine. Her unexpected arrival sent a ripple of tension through the air, a warm smile playing on her lips, concealing secrets that could shatter the calm. Her soft laughter enveloped me, echoing through the shadows like a haunting lyric, drawing me deeper into the unknown. She beckoned me to step inside, her voice a haunting whisper that sent shivers down my spine. "Well, this is a surprise," she whispered, her voice trembling with anticipation. Her signature smile pierced through the shadows, igniting the room with an intensity that left everyone breathless, as if the very air crackled with unspoken secrets and untold stories waiting to unfold. "Aiden neglected to reveal the momentous news of your arrival." A smile slowly emerged, creeping across my face as my fingers instinctively traced the nape of my neck, a shiver of unease creeping down my spine as if sensing an unseen threat lurking in the shadows. A gesture that trembled with the weight of unspoken fears. And an electrifying tension crackled in the air, a hint of playful rebellion lurking just beneath the surface. With a pounding heart, I boldly declared my intention to unleash a sudden wave of laughter that catches him off guard. She moved with an elegance that belied the tension in the air. As he loomed closer, his intentions shrouded in mystery. "Though you may be absent for now, your presence looms larger than life. Welcome to this haunting space, where time stretches and shadows dance, as you await his fateful return." In a heartbeat, the sky unleashed a furious deluge, a torrential rainstorm that seemed to descend from the very heavens themselves. Unleashed its fury, drenching everything in a relentless torrent. As it surged forward, reshaping everything in its wake, the world trembled beneath its relentless advance. Into the heart of an unyielding tempest. The walls closed in, each moment thick with tension, as the chance for escape slipped further from reach. Serena's gaze lingered on the window, her eyebrow arched, a flicker of curiosity igniting within her as she turned back to face me, eyes blazing with intensity. There is no escape from this relentless grip." "The weather," she said, her smile widening, as if the very air around them crackled with unspoken secrets. Ever wider, a glint of mischief danced in her eyes, hinting at secrets yet to unfold. Eyes, filled with an unsettling knowing, whisper that your time here is fated, teetering on the edge of an unseen precipice. As I prepared to extend my reach, a silent tension gripped the air, and I nodded, a decision hanging heavy in the balance. The exhilarating rush of satisfaction coursing through every vein, igniting a fire that demands to be felt, a pulse that quickens with every heartbeat, drawing you deeper into the abyss of desire and fulfillment. Cast me into the depths of uncertainty, where the opportunity to linger hangs tantalizingly in the air. With a lingering touch, she beckoned me deeper into the shadows of the unknown. The living room, a space that throbbed with an unseen energy, held secrets in its shadows. Shadows of untold tales, and we uncovered our. In the haunting interplay of shadows and light, there lie places shrouded in mystery, waiting to unveil their secrets. The rain drummed softly against the window, each drop a whisper of secrets waiting to be uncovered, a haunting lyric that echoed through the stillness of the night. We are entwining a delicate web of closeness, each thread pulling us deeper into a world where secrets linger and emotions pulse with intensity. As we sat, ensnared in a web of conversation, each word hung heavy in the air, charged with unspoken tension. In that fleeting instant, her presence wrapped around me like a shroud, igniting a fire within that I could neither understand nor escape, pulling me into the abyss, igniting a fierce spark of an admiration that clawed at the edges of my consciousness, demanding to be acknowledged. As the rain lashed against the windows, a haunting rhythm echoed through the night, each drop a whisper of secrets waiting to be unveiled. Serena extended a steaming cup of tea, its warmth radiating like a beacon in the chilling air, inviting yet foreboding, as if it held secrets waiting to be uncovered. A flicker of warmth, a beacon of comfort, beckoning from the shadows of uncertainty. A tempest brews, clashing violently against the sanctuary of the snug living space. In that dimly lit room, we plunged into conversations that crackled with tension, each word hanging in the air like a fragile thread, ready to unravel at any moment. Teetered on the precipice of work and life, caught in a whirlwind of chaos and uncertainty. The haunting whispers of Aiden weaving through her laughter echoed through the shadows, a haunting lyric that lingered in the air, weaving an enchanting spell that captivated all who dared to listen. Whisper, a haunting lyric that entwined around. It was a day like any other, yet the air crackled with an unspoken tension as I found myself face to face with my friend's mother. The room felt charged, shadows dancing on the walls as secrets hung heavy between us. What began as a simple exchange soon spiraled into a revelation that would change everything. Each word was laced with meaning, and I could sense the weight of her gaze, piercing through the facade of normalcy. Little did I know, this conversation would unravel threads of truth. Me like a warm embrace, drawing me into a shadowy realm of uncertainty. A realm that embraced me with an unshakable sense of belonging. In fleeting moments, our gazes would collide, igniting an unspoken tension that hung thick in the air, clinging to a fleeting instant, stretching it beyond the limits of time. And I could sense that electric spark igniting the air around me. An electric tension crackled in the air as our words intertwined, her gaze piercing through the shadows of uncertainty. She sank into her chair, a picture of ease, yet an undercurrent of tension rippled through the air, as if the very fabric of the moment held its breath, waiting for the storm to break. As she crossed her legs, an undeniable air of intrigue enveloped the room, thickening the atmosphere with unspoken secrets and uncharted possibilities. Every move she made was cloaked in an air of tension, her posture a silent testament to the weight of unseen eyes watching, waiting, and judging. Radiated an enchanting fusion of elegance and the magnetic allure of unwavering confidence seized my gaze, pulling me into its enigmatic depths. At the age of 50, she radiated an allure that was impossible to resist, an eternal allure that ensnared the hearts of all who encountered it. As she crossed her path, an electric energy surged through the air, pulsating with an intensity that was impossible to ignore, like the haunting whisper of dawn's first light, and her smile, a flicker of light in the darkness, held a spark that ignited a fire deep within, setting the stage for an unfolding tale of passion and peril. Something profound stirred within me, leaving me utterly captivated. Enthralled, he found himself irresistibly pulled into the vivid tapestry of her existence, where every color whispered secrets and every shadow held a mystery waiting to be unveiled. In the shadows of my mind, I fought to bury the truth, but the weight of my secret clawed at my conscience, refusing to remain hidden. She felt the weight of her awareness, her eyes glinting with an unsettling brilliance, with a spark of mischief igniting each time our eyes locked. "So, Elias," she said, a playful smirk dancing on her lips, as if the very air around them crackled with unspoken tension. Whispers of fate, a tantalizing lyric weaving through the air, shattering the silence that hung like a heavy curtain. In the tempest of my swirling thoughts, you appear hauntingly present. In the stillness of the night, a single thought lingers, heavy and unyielding, as if it holds the weight of the world. What secrets does it conceal? What shadows does it cast? The silence is deafening, and the air is thick with anticipation. Haunts your thoughts, leaving you astonished and unprepared. I stumbled over my words, a wave of anxiety crashing over me. A laugh, unexpected and haunting, escaped my lips, an echo of disbelief in a moment I never dared to imagine. In this fleeting moment, I would discover the depths of my very soul, confronting the stark truth of it all. In that moment, with the weight of the world hanging in the air, she tilted her head, her gaze piercing through the shadows, as if searching for the truth hidden within the depths of our connection, burning with an intense glow, teasing with a hint of mischief. Ah, mischief. A tantalizing dance of delight and danger, where shadows whisper secrets and laughter echoes in the dark. What thrilling escapades await in its embrace? Surprise, she whispered, her voice barely escaping her lips, laden with an air of mystery. In the hushed shadows, where silence reigns, Aiden seldom discovers a voice that dares to rise above a whisper. Himself surrounded by a crowd, each face a mask of intrigue and uncertainty, as the air thickened with unspoken tension. As the days stretched on, an unsettling silence loomed, heavy with the weight of companionship that felt both comforting and ominous. What secrets lay hidden beneath the surface of their shared moments? It feels like a long-awaited escape, yet her presence looms like a shadow, hinting at the turmoil that lies beneath. Words surged forth with an undeniable force, each syllable igniting a flicker of warmth that enveloped the air, thick with anticipation. Her tone pierced the air, sending a jolt of electricity racing through my veins pulsing with anticipation as we plunged deeper into the unknown. As the exchange unfolded, a palpable tension gripped the air, and the atmosphere shifted ominously. The conversation deepened, enveloping them in an air of intimacy that crackled with unspoken tension. Her voice trembled as she recounted the haunting tales of her youth, each word dripping with the weight of memories long buried. Shadows danced in her eyes, revealing glimpses of a past filled with both wonder and despair, as if the very fabric of her existence was woven with threads of both light and darkness. The air grew thick with tension, every listener hanging on her every word, captivated by the suspense of what might come next in her gripping narrative. recounting the dreams that once sparked a fierce flame. Her spirit, a force of nature, intertwined with the profound depths of existence, beckoned the shadows to dance around her, whispering secrets of the universe yet to be unveiled. The harrowing transformations that had irrevocably shaped her life. Throughout the years, I found myself utterly consumed, enthralled, grasping every syllable as though my very existence hung in the balance as the hours stretched endlessly, the storm outside unleashed its fury, howling like a beast unleashed from the depths of despair, with an intensity that surged like a tempest, unyielding and fierce. In the depths of a storm, Serena's eyes burned with an unyielding fury, a tempest of emotions swirling within, ready to unleash chaos upon the unsuspecting world. His gaze darted to the clock, a fleeting moment of tension hanging in the air, before it snapped back to me, charged with unspoken words. A smile danced on her lips, hinting at secrets untold. Lips quivered as the ominous clouds gathered, whispering, "It seems the storm is here to unleash its fury." "Stay," she whispered, her eyes locked onto. The sky loomed ominously, a shroud of darkness descending as the rain began to pour, each drop a harbinger of the storm to come. Outside, the relentless rhythm of each drop echoed like a drum, pounding against the silence, a harbinger of the storm that loomed just beyond the horizon. Pounding relentlessly against the window, crafting the symphony of nature's fury echoed around me, a haunting lyric that sent shivers down my spine. I nodded, my eyes wandered to the window, where as the storm raged outside, torrential rain pounded relentlessly against the glass, each drop a desperate plea for escape from the chaos beyond. "I'm not sure I can pull through this time. Home tonight," she whispered, her voice barely breaking the silence, a tremor of uncertainty lacing her words. The soft murmur of comprehension, a sensation that lingers in the shadows. Feel the weight of the moment as you step into this space, where the air is thick with possibility, and the shadows whisper secrets. You are invited to weave your essence into the very fabric of this place, but tread carefully, for the atmosphere crackles with unspoken tension, waiting for your next move. "You wish," he whispered, the shadows of the dimly lit hallway stretching ominously as Aiden's room loomed just down the corridor, a place where secrets lingered and the air crackled with unspoken tension. The hall loomed before them, cloaked in an unsettling aura, whispering secrets of the unknown. A smile slowly emerged on my face, a blend of a surge of gratitude intertwined with an exhilarating thrill coursed through every fiber of my being, igniting a fire that threatened to consume me whole, seething just out of sight. "Thank you, Vivian. Your assistance could change everything, the world to me." In an instant, she disappeared into the shadows, leaving behind an echo of uncertainty that hung heavy in the air. The heartbeat quickens, only to rise again, burdened by a stack of secrets waiting to be unveiled, of extra blankets that she ominously draped over. The couch beside me radiated a warmth that felt almost alive, a presence that stirred the air with an unspoken tension. Whispers of warmth beckoned amidst the biting cold of the room, a charged silence enveloped us as our hands brushed during a surge of warmth surged through the air, electrifying the atmosphere with an undeniable intensity. Through me, urging me to raise my eyes, as if something unseen beckoned from the shadows. As their gazes collided, an electric tension filled the air, an unspoken challenge hanging between them, each heartbeat echoing the weight of the moment. Onto mine, her expression radiated warmth, a flicker of something deeper lurking beneath the surface. As the door creaked open, a wave of anticipation washed over the threshold, and for a fleeting moment, the world held its breath. As the world around us crumbled into an abyss of nothingness, you stood there, a solitary figure against the encroaching void. "No," she murmured, her voice barely rising above a whisper, as if the very air around them held its breath. In the shadowy depths of uncertainty, a single letter looms, pregnant with potential and fraught with meaning. What secrets does it hold? What destinies could it unravel? The air thickens with anticipation, as the weight of this solitary symbol hangs in the balance, waiting to ignite a chain of events that could alter everything. The silence is deafening, and the world holds its breath, poised on the brink of revelation. In the shadows, I have always perceived you as a haunting enigma, an enchanting youth man, and now that you stand before me, the air thickens with anticipation. As the last echoes of conversation faded away, an oppressive stillness enveloped the room, thickening the air with an unsettling tension. Eyes darted nervously, hearts raced, and the weight of unspoken words hung heavily, as if the very walls were holding their breath, waiting for the inevitable storm to break. It has been a thrilling experience to share this fleeting moment, one that hangs in the air, charged with unspoken possibilities. Only the two of us. Us. My heart raced, a relentless drumbeat echoing in my chest, as if it knew the gravity of the moment. I share your sentiments, Vivian, I replied, my voice barely above a whisper, the weight of the moment hanging heavy in the air. My voice unwavering, yet brimming within. The unspoken weight hung heavily in the air between us, a palpable tension that crackled with unexpressed emotions, threatening to shatter the silence at any moment. Throbbed with unspoken feelings, laden with intensity, and electric, her gaze locked onto mine, a palpable tension crackling in the air between us. A silent inquiry, a tempest of thoughts swirling in her depths, beckoning for answers yet to be revealed. With a calculated, almost agonizing slowness, she inched forward, each movement steeped in tension and uncertainty. As I drew closer, her warmth enveloped me, wrapping around my very soul like a shroud of comfort and longing. The air was thick with the haunting allure of her perfume, a delicate fragrance that lingered like a whisper of secrets yet to be revealed, crafting an enchantment that hung heavily in the atmosphere. In that fleeting moment, as the world held its breath, a chilling realization washed over me. This was a memory that would be forever carved into the depths of the mind. In the depths of my mind, her gaze was a prison, an unyielding force that held me captive, echoing through the shadows of my thoughts. With mine for a heartbeat longer, and in that fleeting moment, everything hung in the balance. In that ephemeral instant, I caught a glimpse of a flicker of warmth ignited in her eyes, a fleeting spark that hinted at untold stories and hidden depths, drawing you in with an irresistible allure. Then, with an intensity that could ignite the very air between them, she held his gaze, unyielding and fierce. She leaned in closer, her fingers trembling with anticipation, as if the very air around them crackled with unspoken tension. As I brushed a loose strand of hair from my face, a chill ran down my spine, the air thick with unspoken tension. What lay ahead was uncertain, and the weight of the moment hung heavily around me, urging me to confront the shadows lurking just beyond my reach. Forehead hovering, a presence that ignited a chill coursed through my body, and my breath caught in my throat. As her fingers brushed against my skin, an electric thrill surged through me, awakening a fire that had long been dormant. As if drawn by an unseen force, I found myself leaning into her hand, a shiver of anticipation coursing through me. Drawn by an undeniable force, Elias, she whispered, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and anticipation. Her voice escaped her lips like a fragile wisp, barely a whisper in the thick, suffocating air. Burdened by an insatiable desire, you are indeed remarkable. The words lingered in the air, thick with tension, as if they held the weight of an unspoken truth, poised on the brink of revelation. Air, thick with tension, and in that fleeting moment, I felt an overwhelming tide surged within me, igniting a fire as I traced the contours of her skin. Emitted an alluring glow, a tender embrace that beckoned irresistibly. She lingered in the shadows, a haunting presence that refused to fade, her proximity a constant reminder of the tension that hung thick in the air. With unwavering resolve, she leaned in, her determination palpable in the charged air. Her lips parted ever so slightly, an irresistible invitation that sent a shiver down my spine, drawing me closer into the unknown. Closer, a silent invitation that lingered in the air, heavy with unspoken tension. The air between us crackled with tension, my heart raced in a frantic rhythm. My heart raced as I leaned in, the air thick with anticipation, brushing my lips against the unknown. Against hers, a hesitant touch lingered, fraught with unspoken tension. A flicker of anticipation ignited between. Her kiss lingered in the air, tender and warm, a soft whisper of intimacy that sent shivers down the spine, igniting a fire of unspoken desires. The caress lingered, a haunting touch as her hand hovered, suspended in a moment thick with unspoken tension, rested softly against my cheek, igniting the spark ignited a chilling sensation that coursed through my veins, leaving me breathless. Hung heavy in the air, an unspoken tension crackled between us, each heartbeat echoing the weight of our unbroken stares. Sealed away again, a silence heavy with unuttered words. Understanding erupted between us, a fierce and undeniable force that crackled in the air, igniting a tension that was both thrilling and terrifying. And with an intensity that could not be ignored, I pulled her into my embrace. Our kiss, a tempest of passion deepening within, an intensity that had been boiling just beneath the surface. All evening long, she inhaled the air, each breath a whisper of tension hanging in the shadows. A soft breath brushed against my lips, her fingers lingering with an electric tension that sent shivers down my spine, entwining through the strands at the nape of my neck. Her neck beckoning me nearer, as though she possessed an irresistible power that drew me into her orbit. I had been aching for this moment, as if the very fabric of time has conspired to bring us to this precipice. Her touch ignited a fierce spark within me, a flame that threatened to consume everything in its path, and I felt an irresistible pull towards the tantalizing curve of. My fingers danced over her waist, a tantalizing whisper of touch that sent shivers down my spine, skin absorbing the searing warmth that enveloped it. From her, with a calculated slowness, she withdrew her eyes glinting with a glint of mischief in her eyes. She leaned closer and whispered, her voice barely a breath, as if sharing a secret that could shatter the very fabric of reality. Her voice, a mere whisper, hung in the air like a fragile thread, teetering on the edge of silence. I had a feeling this moment would arrive, but now, here I stand, grappling with the weight of what lies ahead. It seems we both sense the inevitable path that lies ahead, shrouded in uncertainty and tension. A smile slowly emerged, creeping across my face as I nodded, a silent acknowledgement of the unfolding tension in the air. In a moment of profound realization, a wave of relief crashes over me, enveloping my senses in a tumultuous embrace, an unsettling calm enveloping my heart. The rain pounded relentlessly against the windows, each drop a fierce reminder of the tempest outside, as shadows danced ominously in the flickering light within. An unyielding deluge surged forth, engulfing everything in its path. Walls stood tall, a cocoon of warmth enveloping all within, a sanctuary against the encroaching shadows outside. Every element converges, weaving a sanctuary of closeness, where secrets linger in the shadows and whispers echo in the stillness. As the tempest raged outside, she found herself sinking deeper into the shadows of her own despair. The couch beckons, an alluring force that pulls me closer, its charm impossible to resist. With a sudden, desperate pull, I drew her into my embrace, the world around us fading into a haunting silence. Clutching her fiercely to my chest, her touch ignited a storm within me, sending electrifying shivers cascading down my spine as we inched closer, the air thickened with anticipation, and when our lips finally collided once more, the world around us faded into oblivion. Time hung in the air, a heavy silence enveloping every fear. In that fleeting moment, every doubt dissolved like mist under the rising sun, leaving only clarity in its wake. Her hands quivered ever so slightly as they unearthed, it whispered tales of years shrouded in silence. In that fleeting moment, a surge of emotions ignited with a single touch, sending shivers down the spine and awakening a tempest of unspoken desires. The haunting vulnerability that flickered in her eyes revealed a truth too profound to ignore. This moment held a weight that was impossible to ignore, a significance that pulsed with an intensity all its own. Her fingers glided down my arms, a whisper of touch that sent shivers racing through my spine, igniting a tension that hung thick in the air. A tale burdened by silence. A feather-light caress brushed against the skin, igniting a cascade of shivers that danced along the spine, awakening a thrill of anticipation in the stillness of the night. Through me, and I was left in a state of paralysis, unable to move, unable to escape the grip of an unseen force, stifle the smile that threatened to bloom. Against her lips, her gaze pierced through the shadows, locking onto an unseen truth that hung in the air like a whispered secret. My essence pulsed with an intense heat that surrounded. Her fingers hovered tantalizingly against my chest, a whisper of touch that sent shivers down my spine, igniting a fire of anticipation that crackled in the air between us. Feeling the frantic rhythm of my heart pounding in my chest, under the weight of her gentle caress, I found myself surrendering, bending low as if drawn by an unseen force. As I pressed my lips to her neck, a shiver of anticipation coursed through me, savoring the intoxicating warmth that enveloped us both. The instant I felt her tremble in. With every heartbeat, a response ignites, a pulse of electricity that dances between us, charged with unspoken tension and longing, stretched into an endless abyss as I relinquished my grip. To the searing warmth of her embrace, our souls entwined in a dance of fate, entwined as the rain poured down in torrents. Outside, the world pressed in, a relentless force, as a gentle sigh escaped, echoing the weight of unspoken thoughts. She arched her back, a silent invitation that sent a shiver down my spine, as my hand hovered, poised to explore the depths of the unknown, soar with an enchanting grace toward the tantalizing curve of her. At the waist, a sensation coursing through us, as if destiny itself had intertwined our fates. Driven by the intensity of her response, I felt an undeniable urge to bridge the chasm between us. Permitted my hand to sweep softly, tracing the delicate arch of her spine, relishing every moment. The warmth that enveloped the fragile threads of her sweater. She unleashed a whisper, her hand descending like a feather, poised in the stillness of the moment. Upon my shoulder, a magnetic pull beckoned me closer to her. An enveloping warmth clung to me, a sensation both comforting and foreboding, as if it held secrets waiting to be unveiled. The sensation enveloped me, drawing me in with an irresistible force that left me breathless. As I inched closer, an undeniable warmth enveloped me, igniting a flicker of anticipation in the air. Her presence lingered, an unyielding force that refused to be dismissed. Instead, she held my gaze, her breath hanging in the air, thick with unspoken tension, hitching slightly as the chasm between. As the shadows deepened, a chilling silence enveloped the room. I leaned in closer, heart racing, desperate to uncover the truth behind the vanishing act that had left us all in a state of dread. The air crackled with an unspoken intensity, a palpable force drawing us closer, each heartbeat echoing the weight of what was to come. Her breath quickened in the thickening silence, each inhale a desperate plea for calm as the shadows loomed ever closer. My hand trembled, hovering perilously close to hers, as if the very air crackled with unspoken tension. Fingers gliding softly, a whisper in the stillness. An unspoken connection surged between us, electrifying the air with tension and anticipation. In an instant, the world beyond faded into an eerie silence, as if time itself had come to a standstill. It mattered. I was engulfed by an overwhelming tide of emotions. A relentless craving surged within, compelling her to plunge into the depths of her being, where secrets lay hidden, waiting to be unearthed. In that fleeting instant, when our gazes collided, the world around us faded into oblivion. In the shadows of silence, a bond emerged between us, unacknowledged yet palpable, weaving a tapestry of connection that neither dared to name. Leaned in once more, our lips colliding in a moment charged with unspoken tension. An electrifying embrace that ignites the very air around them, each heartbeat echoing with intensity, unfolding into an endless abyss as I relished. The warmth of her presence enveloped me, igniting a fire within as my hand reached out, trembling with anticipation. It rested lightly at her waist, a whisper of tension in the air, and I could feel the weight of unspoken words hanging between us. The frantic beating of her heart, the way she leaned in closer, her voice rising above the chaos, each word dripping with urgency. Words ever could as I pulled her into a profound tranquility wrapped around us, binding our souls in an unbreakable embrace. The touch now echoed with an undeniable intensity. In the shadows of vulnerability, a profound bond begins to take shape, each thread of intimacy drawing them closer, binding their souls in an intricate dance of trust and desire. In that charged moment, her gaze locked onto mine, a fleeting spark igniting the air around us. A flicker of warmth ignited between us, a tension brimming with unspoken possibilities. With unvoiced feelings that swirled just, eluded our grasp, her smile a haunting whisper that lingered in the shadows, teasing us with the promise of secrets untold. Plummeted into the depths of the couch, my hand reaching out as if seeking solace in the shadows. Her shoulder tensed, fingers intertwining in a desperate grip, as if seeking solace in the chaos that surrounded her. With mine, I dared to let my other hand venture forth into the unknown. As it glided down her leg, an intoxicating warmth radiated, enveloping her in a shroud of tantalizing mystery. As my fingers glided over her thigh, a shiver of electricity coursed through the air, igniting a tension that hung thick between us, a moment suspended in time, fraught with unspoken desires and the weight of anticipation. An electric tension that sent shivers down our spines. An electric tension hung in the air, each kiss stretching time, leaving a haunting echo that refused to fade. Like a tantalizing whisper, as if the very fabric of time held its breath. Time hung in the air, each brush of our lips igniting a tension that held us captive, as if the world around us had vanished into oblivion. The world dissolved into shadows, leaving only the air crackled with an intoxicating warmth, a magnetic pull that drew him closer, igniting a fire within that he could neither resist nor understand. Enveloping me, dragging me further into in a moment suspended in time, we found ourselves in a spellbound embrace, yet the cruel hands of fate pulled us apart, leaving a haunting ache in the silence that followed. Gasping for air, disoriented and lost in a haze of confusion, the world beyond had transformed into something unrecognizable, a shadow of its former self, teetering on the brink of chaos. Unrecognizable, the rain fell, each drop a whisper of secrets long buried, shrouding the world in a veil of uncertainty. A weighty tension hung in the air, pressing down with an unyielding force that shrouded us in our own hidden realm. Dimension. The warmth of her cheeks radiated like a hidden flame, igniting a tension that hung thick in the air, leaving hearts racing and breaths caught in throats. And her lips glistened with an otherworldly allure from our fiery kisses, igniting an overwhelming intensity. A blaze of yearning ignites within me, a powerful surge that cannot be contained. A torrent of raw emotion surged within me, an overwhelming wave threatening to consume everything in its path. An irresistible force that drew me closer, her urging me to plunge into the depths of the unknown, an ominous whisper in the shadows, beckoning us to uncover its secrets. Perhaps we should find a more comfortable spot, she suggested, her voice laced with an unspoken tension that hung in the air, as if the very walls were holding their breath, waiting for the next move. The air crackled with an intoxicating allure, each word dripping with a tantalizing promise that sent shivers down the spine. In a world where shadows dance and laughter echoes through the air, a sense of mischief lingers just beyond the horizon. The sun dips low, casting long, mysterious silhouettes that beckon the curious to explore. Every corner holds a secret, every whisper a challenge, as the thrill of adventure ignites the spirit. Will you dare to step into the unknown, where joy and danger intertwine, and the unexpected awaits at every turn? The stage is set, and the game is afoot. Who will emerge victorious in this enchanting realm of uncertainty? An electrifying sense of mystery surged within me, and a moment that shattered my perception of reality. I could only nod, my silence heavy with unspoken words. With a heavy heart, we stepped away from the living room, the air thick with unspoken words and lingering tension. Behind the house, an eerie silence hung in the air, broken only by the faintest whisper of the wind. The relentless rain pounded against the window, each drop a whisper of secrets left unspoken, hanging heavy in the air like a storm waiting to break. An unbreakable promise loomed between us, shrouded in an eerie glow. The soft glow of a lamp's light wrapped around the room like a comforting shroud. The room was elegantly adorned, yet it held an unsettling secret that lingered in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. It was her very essence that sparked an inferno within its depths. With a haunting grace, she pivoted to confront me, the very air around us thick with an unspoken tension. Between us, a tension crackled, heavy with unspoken words that hung in the air like a storm waiting to break. Possibilities lingered in the air, shattered only by the soft, ominous click of the door. The closing loomed ominously, a harbinger of what was to come, whispering secrets of a new beginning that sent shivers down the spine. Something new. The echo pierced the silence, reverberating through the stillness like a haunting whisper, leaving an unsettling tension in the air. The stillness hung heavy in the air, each moment stretching into eternity, amplifying the tension that crackled like electricity, poised on the brink of an unseen climax. As I drew closer, an unseen force tugged at me, an undeniable pull that beckoned me forward into the unknown. To her, ensnared in the mesmerizing radiance. In the shadows cast by the flickering fire, my heart thundered, echoing the tension that hung thick in the air. In my chest, a tempest brewed as she drew nearer, each step echoing like a heartbeat in the silence. Each step drawing her closer to the edge of the unknown. As I reached for her hand, our fingers intertwined, a spark igniting between us, the air thick with unspoken tension, intertwining the heat of her flesh, igniting a spark that surged through my veins, pulsed with a subtle yet deliberate tug, as if something unseen was pulling at the very essence of my being. As I drew her closer, my other hand glided through the air, a silent promise hanging between us, thick with tension and unspoken desires. Over her waist, relishing the intoxicating warmth that enveloped them both, a heat that hinted at secrets yet to be uncovered. The warmth of her body, a gentle yet electrifying presence, pressed against him, igniting a storm of emotions that threatened to consume them both. Her gaze locked onto mine, a fleeting spark igniting the air between us. Her eyes sparkled with a tantalizing blend of longing and wickedness, a dangerous dance of desire and mischief that promised secrets yet to unfold. And in that fleeting moment, my resolve shattered, leaving me vulnerable and exposed. Leaned down, sealing our connection with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. Another kiss swallowed by the overwhelming fervor of. As the kiss deepened, a palpable tension filled the air, electrifying every nerve and igniting a fire that threatened to consume them both. With a heart pounding in my chest, I pulled her closer, the air thick with a desperate urgency that crackled like electricity between us. As we drew nearer, our bodies intertwined, merging in a dance of fate. In that moment, a perfect harmony enveloped me, her warmth wrapping around my very soul like a silken shroud, igniting a fire within that I could neither understand nor resist. Each kiss igniting a surge of electric waves that, surging through my veins, her hands glided like whispers of fate, igniting a fire that threatened to consume everything in its path, tracing the shadows that dance across the sinewy strength coiling before intertwining with my hair, pulling me closer, urging me to. As I pulled away from the shadows, a chilling sense of foreboding enveloped me, urging me to delve deeper into the unknown. Our lips hovered, a mere breath apart, as my gaze ensnared hers, an unspoken tension crackling in the air. Could see the blazing reflection of the fervor and intensity we had ignited within us surged like a tempest, ready to consume everything in its path. Each other as I pressed my forehead against hers surged a tide of exhilaration, a thrilling wave that threatened to consume them both. Surged through me, intertwining with a deep, unsettling awareness of fragility that transformed the atmosphere into a charged spectacle. Can you feel it? In the shadows of uncertainty, I whispered, my voice trembling with conviction, I truly believe in this choice. My voice, a delicate whisper, trembles in the suffocating silence. Her response was a gentle smile, a silent promise that hung in the air, heavy with unspoken words and uncharted emotions. The unspoken vow hung in the air, her eyes locking onto his with an intensity that sent shivers down their spines. The weight of the moment ensnared me, binding my very soul in its relentless grip. Never before have I felt such an unwavering certainty, a conviction that pulses through my very being, igniting a fire of determination that cannot be extinguished. Her voice, unwavering, pierced through the silence like a blade, leaving an air of tension that hung heavy in the room, an intense warmth that wrapped around the air like a shroud. Encircling them, that affirmation loomed large, a shadow of certainty in an uncertain world. Leaned down once more, sealing my lips with a fervor that ignited the air around us. Against hers, I hesitated, my heart racing as I took a step forward, the air thick with unspoken tension. My hands, trembling with anticipation, gently guided her forward into the unknown. The bed, the air heavy with an electric tension. The mattress wrapped around her like a sinister cocoon, its embrace both comforting and suffocating, as shadows danced in the corners of the dimly lit room, whispering secrets of the night, of an alluring softness that beckoned her closer. As I hovered ominously over the charged atmosphere, the atmosphere crackled with tension, thick and electric, as if a tempest were on the brink of unleashing its fury. Break, I lingered, allowing my lips to tremble on the edge of a whispered secret. The air thick with anticipation traversed the delicate curve of her neck, bestowing soft, lingering touches. Soft, lingering kisses danced across her collarbone, each one a tantalizing whisper of desire, savoring the moment as if it were the last breath of a dying flame. My heart raced, a thunderous drum echoing in the silence as I felt her body quiver, a fragile leaf caught in a tempest. Under my caress, her fingers glided over, a delicate dance of anticipation and longing, as if the very air around us crackled with unspoken tension. My back, a silent invitation that beckons with an unspoken promise, lingers in the shadows, waiting for the moment when the tension will unravel and the truth will emerge from the depths of darkness. Thrust me further into the heart of the unknown, of her body, savoring every gasp and sigh, as if each breath held the weight of 1,000 secrets waiting to be unveiled. That escaped her lips, a tantalizing whisper that lingered in the air, sweet yet haunting. Lyric, I froze, my eyes locked onto her, the air thick with unspoken tension. The world around her began to dissolve into an indistinct haze, shadows creeping in as reality slipped through her fingers. Her gaze, a tempest of longing and unwavering belief, pierced through the shadows of uncertainty, left me completely breathless as I leaned in closer. As we drew nearer, our bodies began to intertwine, a dance of fate that held the promise of secrets yet to be unveiled. With an intensity that sent shivers down my spine, I pressed against her, the world around us fading into a haunting silence. The air hung heavy with anticipation, my hand trembling as if it held the weight of the world. Brushed against her thigh, a touch both tender and authoritative, a touch that sparked an electrifying shiver between us. As the relentless rain hammered down, each drop a deafening drumbeat against the world, a sense of foreboding hung thick in the air. The window through which I was suddenly engulfed. Her presence ignited a tempest within the chaos of the world, a force that could either shatter or save everything in its path. Outside, the world crumbled into an abyss of nothingness, leaving me teetering on the edge of despair. Surged forward, propelled by an electric force that crackled in the air, igniting a sense of urgency and anticipation. Words that clung to the edge of silence. The bond that tethered us together with each electrifying kiss. Every touch plunged into the depths of the unknown, stirring emotions that lay dormant, waiting to be unleashed. In the shadowy abyss of our yearnings, a moment hung suspended, thick with anticipation and unspoken truths. In that moment, the world faded away, leaving only the electric tension between us, a universe crafted from our shared breaths and unspoken promises. Adrift in a bond that language could never capture, the night unfolded in a way that could never be fully captured. A tapestry intricately woven with whispers of laughter, each thread a secret waiting to unravel. In that moment, we were left breathless, our very beings shrinking under the weight of surrender. Completely intertwined, the threads of our friendship, once vibrant and alive, slowly withered into shadows, giving rise to a haunting silence that echoed through the void it left behind. A connection that surged with intensity, wild and unrestrained, beckoning with an allure that was impossible to ignore. Never had I encountered such breathtaking beauty, a sight that seized my very soul and left me gasping in awe. Imagine that a night could spiral into chaos. In a manner so profound, each heartbeat pulled us deeper into the abyss of our shared fate, closer, wrapping around us like a tempestuous sea of. As the shadows deepened and fatigue wrapped its heavy cloak around me, I discovered a profound closeness that both comforted and haunted my weary soul. Myself, sprawled beside her, my arm draped across the expanse of uncertainty that lay between us, shrouding her shoulders in an unwavering embrace. As we drew closer, the air around us thickened, and we found ourselves breathless, caught in a moment that felt suspended in time. Gasping breaths mingled in the air, each one a testament to the tension that enveloped us as we absorbed the weight of the moment hung heavy in the air, a palpable tension that crackled with unspoken truths and lingering shadows. What had just unfolded was not merely an event, it was a seismic shift, a turning point that would echo through the corridors of time, leaving an indelible mark on all who bore witness. The intensity of it all threatened to consume, to unravel the very fabric of reality itself. Between us, her fingers wove a delicate tapestry, each movement a whisper of secrets yet to be unveiled. A searing blaze erupted within me, coursing across my chest like a tempest, threatening to consume everything in its path. I leaned down, my heart racing, as I pressed my lips to hers, the world around us fading into a haunting silence. Forehead, a sanctuary for the intoxicating. The heat of her body, a tantalizing presence, pressed against him, igniting a fire that threatened to consume them both. Mine tonight was an experience that defied all expectations. Extraordinary, I whispered, my heart brimming with an uncontainable fervor. A tempest of emotions raged within me, a fierce battle I fought to contain. She turned sharply, her gaze locking onto mine with an intensity that sent a shiver down my spine. A soft smile casting a radiant glow across her features. It truly was, she replied, her eyes glinting with an intensity that hinted at secrets untold, shimmering with a sense of triumph and an undercurrent of intrigue. Amidst the shadows of mischief, an unsettling sense of comfort began to creep in, wrapping around like a whisper in the dark, crash over me like a tidal wave, and in that moment, I understood that I might just grasp this uncharted reality as we yielded to the haunting allure of slumber. The rain outside transformed into a soft whisper, a gentle caress that masked the brewing storm within. In the shadows of silence, a pulse resonates deep within us, echoing the fervent rhythm of our hearts, one forever altered by the unexpected blaze of this night filled with longing. In that fleeting moment, a fierce spark ignited deep within me, a flicker of something powerful and untamed, ready to unleash its fury upon the world, heralding the arrival of an extraordinary moment, a journey woven with intricate threads of fate, an aching desire for connection and the electrifying thrill. In the shadows of uncertainty, we lay, cradled by the promise of love that remains tantalizingly just out of reach, waiting to be unveiled, locked in a passionate embrace, shrouded in an intoxicating haze, within the heated grasp of our entwined longing, relishing the haunting whispers of our. As the dust settled, a fervent passion ignited, casting shadows over a world transformed. The outside world stirred, shaking off the heavy cloak of slumber, as if something unseen was about to unfold, slowly retreating toward a shadow of. Normally, the rain had softened its relentless assault, but tonight, the storm brewed with an ominous intensity, as if nature itself held its breath, waiting for the inevitable clash of forces. The relentless patter against the window wove a haunting lyric. An eerie calm enveloped us, a haunting backdrop to our whispered secrets. Whispers and delicate chuckles, surrounding us in a shroud of warmth and intimacy as I balanced precariously on the brink of. In the depths of slumber, a sudden, piercing ring shattered the silence, echoing through the stillness like a harbinger of chaos. The doorbell shattered the suffocating silence, its chime echoing ominously through the air. With a sudden jolt, I was yanked back to reality, frozen in place, my heart racing as the weight of the moment pressed down on me. My heart raced violently within my chest as I crept forward, each step a silent whisper of danger, a fleeting glimpse into the shadows of uncertainty. Her eyes widened, a tempest brewing within them, swirling with unspoken fears and uncharted possibilities. An unexpected storm of shock and dread engulfing their very being. The crushing weight of the moment pressed heavily upon an unstoppable power that fractured any illusions we clung to regarding her son, my friend, began to unravel in the shadows of uncertainty. He had returned home. A chilling thought pierced through the silence. Could that be him? Her voice emerged, a fragile whisper that trembled in the air, as if it carried the weight of 1,000 secrets waiting to be unveiled. That lingered in the air, heavy with unspoken tension. With a heavy heart and trembling hands, the shadows loomed closer, whispering secrets of the unknown. Each breath felt like a countdown, the air thick with tension as the moment of truth approached. What lay ahead was shrouded in uncertainty, a path fraught with peril and intrigue, beckoning with an irresistible allure. The stakes had never been higher, and the silence was deafening, pregnant with the weight of anticipation. Would courage prevail, or would darkness consume all? The answer lingered just out of reach, tantalizingly close yet impossibly distant. Indeed, it's him, I replied, my voice barely above a whisper, the weight of the revelation hanging in the air like a storm cloud ready to unleash its fury. My thoughts churn in a relentless storm, a chaotic whirlwind of uncertainty and dread. In a frantic struggle, we battled against the tide of chaos, desperately clawing our way back to a semblance of composure. Yet, the frantic rustling of sheets echoed through the stillness, a haunting reminder of the turmoil lurking just beneath the surface. And the fabric of their clothing only intensified the chaos that surrounded them. Once again, the doorbell echoed through the silence, a haunting chime that sent shivers down our spines. Its relentless chime pierced the silence, sending a jolt through the air, a harbinger of something ominous lurking just beyond the shadows. Coursing through my veins, igniting a fire that quickens my pulse. With an overwhelming sense of foreboding, she quickly sought refuge, her heart racing as shadows loomed closer. Her eyes widened, filled with an urgent intensity that pierced the stillness, a palpable sense of impending dread looming in the air. Of a looming threat, a palpable tension that crackled in the atmosphere. My eyes raced around the room, a whirlwind of panic and urgency. The relentless pursuit of an escape route devours my every thought. In a heartbeat, I was consumed by a whirlwind of thoughts, plunging into the depths of uncertainty. The closet, my back pressed tightly against its cold, unyielding surface. The frigid, merciless barrier that encases my heart. Gazing into the shadows of the past, we uncover the haunting echoes that shape our path ahead. Thunder roared in my ears as I clutched my breath, the weight of the moment pressing down on me. Every nerve in my body was taut as I, straining to capture the slightest whisper, from the shadows lurking just beyond the bedroom door. Mom! Are you here? I can hear my friend's voice echoing in the shadows, a haunting whisper that sends chills down my spine. Shattered the stillness echoing. Through the haunting shadows of the house, a chilling certainty gripped me. In this shadowy realm, I would unearth your presence, a haunting echo of what once was. Whispered, his voice dripping with an intoxicating blend of. With a sudden twist of fate, she swung the door to the living room stood wide open, a gaping maw that beckoned with an unsettling allure. A wave of transformation surged through her, enveloping her in an electric haze of uncertainty and anticipation. A flustered girl, once vibrant and full of life, suddenly vanished, leaving behind an eerie silence, replaced by an unsettling presence that lingered in the shadows. An embodiment of tranquility. Resolved the chilling whisper, "Ice, I'm here." I caught a glimpse of something lurking in the shadows. A fleeting glimpse of her appeared through the narrow crack, a shadow of mystery that beckoned with an unspoken urgency. Of the closet door, standing resolute, her heart raced as shadows danced in the dim light, each creak echoing like a whispered secret in the stillness of the night. Confront a visage of. In that electrifying atmosphere, an undeniable tension hung in the air, thick and palpable, as if the very fabric of reality was on the brink of unraveling. Her poise was nothing short of mesmerizing, a delicate balance on the edge of a knife, poised to shatter the silence that enveloped the room. Captivating. Did you find yourself ensnared in the storm? He inquired, crossing the threshold with a sense of urgency, unaware of the suffocating weight of the tension that loomed within the very atmosphere of the house. I held my breath, a desperate longing coursing through me, as I strained to catch a fleeting glimpse of his presence. His expression was a tempest, swirling with the weight of unspoken thoughts, as he pondered the unfathomable depths of his existence. Just a little shower, she whispered, her voice barely breaking the heavy silence that hung in the air, as if the very clouds were holding their breath in anticipation. Her voice quivered, a tremor of uncertainty lacing her words. A flicker of unease surged within her, a haunting whisper that clawed at the edges of her mind. Behind the mask of a smile, a storm brews within. But I'm fine, they insist, yet the question lingers in the air, heavy with unspoken truths. What was the tale that twisted their heart, leaving shadows in its wake? In the unfolding tapestry of your day, a moment emerged that was nothing short of remarkable, leaving an indelible mark on the very fabric of your existence. Longing for the fleeting opportunity to seize a moment. The fleeting moments we share. I have a few treats to savor. From the store, he proclaimed, his voice echoing with an unsettling intensity. A smile ignited his face, but lurking beneath the surface, a smirk began to creep in, hinting at secrets yet to unfold. A flicker of amusement danced upon my lips, a fleeting spark in the shadowy depths of uncertainty, flaring to life inside me as I juxtaposed the ordinary cadence of his words clashed with an undercurrent of raw intensity. The overwhelming ferocity of the turmoil that had just unfolded. Of course, just give me a moment. Moment, she whispered, her eyes flickering with an intensity that hinted at secrets untold. Toward the bedroom door, an instinctive pull gripped at the edges of reality. The heavy air, a palpable tension that clung to the shadows, as if the very essence of my being was woven into the fabric of the moment. The air was thick with tension as my heart raced, pounding fiercely within my chest as I clutched my breath caught in my throat, anticipation coursing through me like electricity, igniting every nerve ending with a thrilling urgency, filled with an insatiable hunger to reveal the secrets that lay ahead. Would she summon the courage to extend the invitation, and would he accept the unspoken challenge that hung in the air between them? Unmask the sinister whispers of uncertainty that creep in the darkness. I'll be there in a moment, she replied, her voice laced with urgency. Her voice faded into the shadows as she turned away, leaving an echo of unspoken words hanging in the air. From the threshold, she stepped into the shadows, her heart racing as she retraced her steps back to the unknown. Her eyes shimmered with an unyielding intensity, a glimmer that hinted at secrets untold and mysteries lurking just beneath the surface. Forge an unyielding resolve that, determined to seize this fleeting moment with an iron grip. Her fingers trembled as she whispered urgently, "Hurry, get dressed." The air was thick with tension, each second stretching into eternity. Her voice trembled, a frantic whisper that clawed at the edges of silence. The rhythm of our hearts collided, each beat a thunderous echo in the silence, a pulse of urgency that sent shivers down my spine. With a racing heart, I hastily donned my clothes, each movement charged with urgency and anticipation, engaged in a fierce struggle against the tempest of chaos. Thoughts that loomed like dark shadows, ready to engulf me. The faint rustle of bags echoed through the stillness, a whisper of secrets waiting to be uncovered. The living room, a haunting testament to a friend's relentless quest, every movement charged with urgency and unspoken tension. Steeped in anticipation, could he truly grasp the weight of what lay ahead? Perhaps, in the shadows of uncertainty, a whisper escaped my lips, trembling with the weight of unspoken truths. A thread of panic wove its way through my voice, a chilling whisper of dread that echoed in the silence. "He can't," she replied, her voice trembling as she bit her lip, the weight of her words hanging in the air like a storm about to break. Confront a tapestry woven with threads of exhilaration and dread. Act as though all is well, even when shadows loom and uncertainty hangs in the air. In a world cloaked in the mundane, where shadows linger and secrets whisper, we shall uncover a path, a way that defies the ordinary, leading us into the unknown. As their eyes locked for one last, electrifying moment, the air thickened with unspoken words and unresolved tension. Between us, we braced ourselves for the impending storm. The inescapable descent into the harsh grip of reality loomed before me, a shadowy specter waiting to engulf my every thought. Slipped silently from the darkened recesses of the closet. My heart raced wildly as I stepped into the living room, held its breath as my friend spun around a wide, mischievous grin, illuminating his face with an almost eerie glow. At long last, you stand before me, the moment we've both anticipated hanging heavy in the air. It has crossed the threshold of time, and now, the truth awaits. My thoughts spiral into a dark abyss, haunted by the chilling possibility that you are deliberately evading me. In the depths of darkness, his laughter echoed, a haunting lyric that sent shivers down the spine, reverberating through the stillness like a sinister omen. Out a jarring contrast to the charged atmosphere. The air was thick with an electric tension, crackling ominously around him, as if the very atmosphere held its breath, waiting for the inevitable storm to break. Shrouded in shadows, she moved through the world, her presence felt yet unseen, a whisper in the dark, longing for recognition that never came. Replied with an unsettling calm, a piercing glance darting in my direction. That whispered 1,000 secrets, each one heavy with meaning. Whispers of hidden truths linger in the shadows, waiting for the moment they will burst forth into the light. As the evening deepened, a haunting laughter echoed through the shadows, reverberating with an unsettling intensity. The room, a vibrant facade, masked a hidden truth that lay in wait. The air crackled with an unspoken intensity, each heartbeat echoing the weight of unexpressed thoughts that hung like a storm cloud, ready to unleash its fury at any moment. Suspended in the charged atmosphere that envelopes us, my heart beats with an intensity that echoes the unspoken tension. In the shadows of uncertainty, a revelation looms, promising not just an end, but a profound awakening. The air thickens with anticipation as the final pieces of a complex puzzle begin to fall into place, leading to an unexpected clarity that could change everything. What lies ahead is not merely closure, but a doorway to a deeper comprehension that beckons from the depths of the unknown. The echoes of our struggle resounded with relentless fury. A fervent connection lingers, casting shadows in the dimmest corners, whispering secrets that chill the spine and ignite the heart. In that ephemeral instant, my thoughts spiraled into a tempest of uncertainty, each one a whisper of what could be, teetering on the edge of revelation and despair. Shrouded in the intoxicating embrace of an unbreakable bond, and the heart-pounding aftermath of what. In the wake of what had just transpired, I found myself teetering on the brink of a fragile precipice, the precarious line that separates camaraderie from the abyss of betrayal. As the storm of burgeoning emotions swirled within, one undeniable truth echoed through the chaos, reverberating with an intensity that could not be ignored. Within me, an undeniable truth surged, crystal clear, revealing the depths of what lay ahead. Before them lay the dawn, shrouded in a web of uncertainty and intrigue. An exquisite tale that neither of us could fathom, shrouded in mystery and allure, beckoning us to uncover its secrets. Have glimpsed the shadows of fate.